Not even 20 minutes ago, I made a video about Drake taking legal action against Universal Music Group about them allegedly artificially inflating Kendrick Lamar's numbers for Not Like Us, and they just responded. In a response several hours after the news broke, a UMG rep told Variety, quote, "The suggestion that UMG would do anything to undermine any of its artists is offensive and untrue. We employ the highest ethical practices in our marketing and promotional campaigns. No amount of contrived and absurd legal arguments in this pre-action submission can mask the fact that fans choose the music they want to hear." Mic drop. One more time. No amount of contrived and absurd legal arguments in this pre-action submission can mask the fact that fans choose the music they want to hear. Like just Friday, Kendrick Lamar dropped a surprise mixtape, album, whatever you want to call it, and now Drake took legal action against the record label they both share, and the record label just said, listen, people just like his fucking music, sorry. I mean, there's still no telling, but I wonder how this is all going to go. Because again, Drake didn't technically file a lawsuit. It was a pre-action petition. So I guess we'll see where the chips land. But so far, this is not looking good. And I feel like if this actually turns into a real lawsuit, things can get really messy. So maybe it would end amicably and he could just like leave the label or something. But a lawsuit, oh no. I don't know if anybody's ready for that.
Drake and Kendrick Lamar got in a rap battle. Who do you think would win?
You gotta go with Kendrick. I'm just saying.
Right, Kendrick's released 3 diss tracks aimed at you. Which ones hurt your feelings the most?
Euphoria.
Rappers have been trading insults since the dawn of hip-hop. It's part of the culture, a test of lyrical skill and a declaration of superiority that has produced hundreds of classic diss tracks, from Tupac's hit "M Up" to Jay-Z's "Takeover." The latest beef originally erupted between 3 of hip-hop's biggest stars, Drake, Kendrick Lamar, and J. Cole, all triggered by a seemingly innocuous lyric praising their respective careers. As tension grew, J. Cole dropped out of the fight.
So proud of that project, except for one part. It's one part of that shit that make me feel like, man, that's the lamest shit I ever did in my fucking life, right? And I know this is not what a lot of people want to hear. I know I can hear my niggas up there right now like, nah, don't do that. But I gotta keep it 100 with y'all, right? I damn near had a relapse, right? Because y'all heard some shit that happened 2-3 weeks ago, however long it was. Y'all heard that bazooka that was chopped on the motherfucking game, right? So all of this time of me moving on my own accord, for the first time I was tested. Why am I tested? Because I got the world, and I got my niggas like, what you gonna do, Cole? My niggas like, boy, I must have had 1,000 missed calls. Oh my fucking God. Text flooded, I couldn't even answer my shit. Nigga, it's wartime, right? Niggas wanna see blood. And I was conflicted because, one, I know my heart, you know what I mean? And like, I know how I feel about my peers, these 2 niggas that I just been blessed to even stand beside in this game, let alone chase their greatness, right? So I felt conflicted because I'm like, bro, I know I don't really feel no way, but the world want to see blood. I don't know if y'all can feel that, but the world want to see blood. So I say all of that to say, in my spirit of trying to like get this music out, I ain't gonna lie to y'all, I moved in a way that I feel spiritually feel bad on me. Like I try to like jab my nigga back and I try to keep it friendly. But at the end of the day, when I listen to it and when it comes out and I see the talk, that shit don't sit right with my spirit. That shit make me feel, that shit disrupts my fucking peace. So what I want to say right here tonight is in the midst of me doing that and that shit, trying to find a little angle and downplay this nigga's fucking catalog and his greatness, I want to say right now tonight, how many people think Kendrick Lamar is one of the greatest motherfuckers that ever touched a fucking motherfucker?
However, Drake and Kendrick Lamar continue to battle with increasingly ferocity, leveling life-changing accusations against each other in a couple of tracks. But who are the main players in this game? Drake, the Canadian actor turned musician whose vulnerable blend of rap and R&B has made him the most commercially successful hip-hop artist of the 21st century. Among his multiple platinum hits are tracks like Hot Bling, One Dance, and Hold On We're Going Home. The second person is Kendrick Lamar, a Compton-born rapper whose compelling rhythms and conceptual visions have seen him named the best rapper of his generation, one of the most inventive lyricists in the game. He tackles big topics like police brutality, black self-worth, and his own internal conflicts. In 2018, he became the first hip-hop artist to win the Pulitzer Prize for music. J. Cole, born in Germany and raised in North California. J. Cole was mentored by Jay-Z and went on to score hits like Middle Child and Deja Vu, but he grew disenchanted with trappings of commercial success and began to forge his own path, with more introspective, analytical songs, resulting in some of the most popular and successful music of his career. But how did this beef begin? When Kendrick Lamar was young and an upcomer, Drake offered him a helping hand by inviting him into his Take Care album and giving him an open spot on his 2012 Club Paradise tour.
My name's Robbie. This is my brother Kendrick Lamar. We all ask you just one favor, and we're gonna keep giving you this music that you love so much. Thank you for one of the greatest nights of our lives, and until the next time we see you, take care.
But in 2013, after the success of Lamar's debut record Good Kid, Mad, let me say M-A-A-D City, he made his ambitions clear. During a guest verse on Big Sean's Control, he called out Drake, J. Cole, Meek Mill, Mac Miller, Pusha T, and host of other rappers, warning them, "I got love for you all, but I'm not trying to murder you." Asked about this, Drake told Billboard magazine, "I didn't really have anything to say about it. It just sounded like an ambition thought to me. That's all it was. I know good and well that Kendrick Lamar is not murdering me at all in any platform. So when that day presents itself, I guess we can revisit the topic." The rapper has traded a few jabs over the next few years. Kendrick Lamar memorably boasted that he had tucked a sensitive rapper back in his pajama clothes during the BET Hip Hop Awards, but it never seemed to particularly be serious. Now let's talk about J. Cole's inadvertent spark. The initial spark was a gesture towards unity rather than division. In October 2023, Drake released his 8th album For All the Dogs, which featured a collaboration with J. Cole called First Person Shooter. In one verse, J. Cole suggests that he, Drake, and Kendrick Lamar are the biggest three of the current era of hip-hop. Love when they argue the hardest MC. Is it Aubrey, who stands for Drake, or me? We are the big three. It's like we started a league. The song debuted at the top of the USA single chart, becoming Drake's 13th and J. Cole's first #1 song. The achievement made Drake tie the Michael Jackson for the most #1 singles by a male solo artist. A week later, Taylor Swift's Cruel Summer replaced them at #1, and the moment seemed to have passed. But privately, Kendrick had taken note, and he wasn't happy. In March 2024, producer Metro Boom and rapper Future released a collaborative album called We Don't Trust You. Hidden in the track listing was a song called Like That with uncredited verse by Kendrick Lamar, and it was explosive. With a tight-wound expletive-laden delivery, he took aim at J. Cole's verse, claiming there was no big three, it's just big me. He went on to call Drake and J. Cole's best verses insubstantial, and declared he was the prince to Drake his Michael Jackson. The power of the verse can't really be conveyed in a print, but when it ends with Lamar promising to pull all of Drake and J. Cole's dogs in the Pet Cemetery, the name of a September King 1983 horror novel, you just know a fuse has been lit. Lamar doesn't mean literally pet dogs, but just to give you context, Kendrick Lamar doesn't literally mean dogs, but the rapper's nearest and dearest, the lyric doubles up as a reference to Drake's album titled For All the Dogs. Dogs, meaning pets. It's worth noting that the placement of Kendrick Lamar's verse is also significant, as Metro Boom, a former Drake collaborator who fell out with the Canadian rapper. Metro Boom, whose real name is Laland Wine, produced the majority of Drake's 2015 album What a Time to Be Alive, but the relationship between the two never evolved, which allegedly led to bad blood between the two. In 2022, the producer removed Drake from a song called Trance and unfollowed him on Instagram. Maroon 5 needed a verse. You better make it witty or then we need a verse for the Swifties. He also took issue with Kendrick Lamar's position in the hip-hop hierarchy, suggesting other artists had overtaken him. The Peep Shock, Pipe Down, You Ain't in No Big 3 or Caesar got you wiped down. Travis got you wiped down. 21 Savage got you wiped down. He also tagged Future, The Weeknd and Rick Ross in the song. Now let's take a look at Kanye, Rick Ross and the plastic surgery texts from Drake's mama. Within hours of Drake's diss, Rick Ross shot back in a track called Champagne Moments, alleging that the star had undergone plastic surgery, including a nose job, fake abs and a Brazilian butt lift. The accusation resulted into Drake's mom texting him to ask if the rumors were true. He shared their exchange on Instagram, making the point where his rap beef went past its sell-by date. Then on 21st of April, Kanye West sided with Kendrick Lamar, releasing the remix of Like That where he took aim at Drake's major label record deal, suggesting that he had been shortchanged. And then he dismissed Drake and Cole's lyrics, rapping, "You're out of sight and mind, I can't even think of a Drake line." Drake's attention, however, was solely focused on Kendrick Lamar. Now let's look at the modern warfare. The Canadian goaded his Kempton advisory by dropping yet another diss track called Tailor Made Freestyle. It suggested Kendrick Lamar was too cowardly to release music in the same week. Now, adding insult to an injury, Drake used artificial intelligence to deliver the insults in the voices of Kendrick Lamar's heroes, Tupac Shakur and Snoop Dogg. Following complaints from Shakur's estate, the song was removed from Drake's social media feeds. Now, this is how Kendrick Lamar came out fighting.
You ever heard the song I did where I sampled the beginning of that and then rapped over it?
No! No!
Women, saying, "Drake, I hear you like them young, trying to strike a chord, it's probably a minor," he rapped. Drake hit back a day later, angrily denying his accusations and daring Kendrick Lamar to reveal proof, with the implications that where there was none. Drake is a name that you're gonna see no on a sex offender list. Easy does it, or mentioning a minor, Bishop and tell the fans who was it. He also suggesting that many of Lamar's claims had been deliberately planted by a fake informant, in the hope the star would unwittingly rap about them. "The ones that you're getting all your stories are all clowns," Drake rapped. "We plotted a week and then we fed you with the information. Or a daughter that's 11 years old. I bet he takes it." Now what's latest and hot is that Drake took his long-running, highly dramatic feud against Kendrick Lamar to a court on Monday 5th, 2024.
The heated feud between two popular rappers is now turning into a legal battle. Drake has filed a lawsuit against Universal Music Group, or UMG, claiming it falsely inflated the popularity of Kendrick Lamar's song, Not Like Us. Lamar released the single back in May as a diss track against Drake. According to Spotify, the song has more than 900 million streams, but Drake's suit argues that UMG used bots and launched a pay-to-play scheme to increase those numbers and make the song go viral. UMG denies the claims. It's also worth noting Drake is currently represented by Republic Records, which is a division.
This leads me to a question: how will it end? The war of words has quietened now, but it feels like an easy silence. Will either the stars be able to walk away? The feud has been good for business. Songs like Not Like Us, Push-Ups, and Like That, the songs have nestled in the UK and the US charts, with the latest diss track certain to follow. The question is, who won? Billboard magazine reports that the streams of Kendrick Lamar's catalog has increased by 49% since The Weeknd, while Drake's have dropped by 5%. Now, I really don't know what to think about Kendrick Lamar and Drake's feud. Given the latest lawsuit, I don't know what you think about it. Let me know your comments in the comment section below. If you have anything to say, share them. I'll be glad to read them. For me, till next time, see you in my next video.
You know, it's not necessarily what you're saying about me, it's the fact that you've said it. Like, just in the sense of, like, you don't know what it does to me.
Whether you like it or not, you know you're gonna know it comes from a real place. And it's gonna feel unapologetic, not compromising, and it's gonna feel me.
You know, and if you express like any form of discontent for me in a song and say and call me by name,
I like Drake with the melodies. I don't like Drake when he act tough.
Then all of a sudden, like, I'm left to kind of like pick up the pieces in my own life that I've like tried to build up for myself.
I want to go deeper. I should have went deeper. You know, I shouldn't have held back. You know.